Good evening. My name is Rachel Foreman, and I am the Executive Director of Grand Avenue Club. It is my pleasure to welcome you to our virtual Grand Event 2021 and to thank you for being part of Grand Avenue Club's 30th anniversary celebration. Founded in 1991 by a coalition of determined people, for years now, Grand Avenue Club has been an oasis of opportunity for hundreds of our fellow citizens who have experienced mental illness. Our mission, to offer our members a voluntary community in which they may thrive, is being fulfilled every day in an historic building on the corner of Water and Michigan, the home of Grand Avenue Club. Along with many others, I have marveled at the wonderful ways in which GAC has impacted the lives of its members. Tonight, you will have the opportunity to meet Grand Avenue Club members and to see them readying themselves for employment by doing the things that need to be done to run Grand Avenue Club. They will tell you about their confidence and pride in their work and their studies, and we hope that you will conclude that you want to support us. That's because we cannot do what we do without your appreciation for who we are and what we do. Your generous support for our work will guarantee that Grand Avenue Club will remain strong, continuing to be a lifeline for the current and future members of GAC. We thank you.
My life has kind of been up and down. I've had many suicide attempts, but when I came to the club, from that first walking in that door, felt like I belonged for the first time.
Would someone read that for us?
Sure. The clubhouse offers its own supported and independent employment programs to assist members to secure, sustain, and better their employment.
The mission of Grand Avenue Club is to provide adults throughout Milwaukee County who have experienced mental illness with an array of opportunities so that their lives might be more satisfying and purposeful. We are a voluntary community, and nobody can force anybody to join Grand Avenue Club. There are 4 rights of membership: the right to a place to come, the right to a place to return after any absence whatsoever, the right to meaningful work, and the right to meaningful relationships.
I think it's because I'm social. I do better when I'm around people. When I'm busy, I don't get a lot of negative self-talk in my head because I'm so busy, you know. I'm doing tasks and meaningful work, and I have a purpose. I think a lot of it is having a purpose, having a reason to get up in the morning, having tasks to do that affect other people and help other people. I love helping people.
There's an array of things that need to be done to sustain a community of hundreds of people. And we will usually pay great attention to each person to figure out what they would like to do. Some people do things that they used to do, and other people do things that they've never done before. But we would not be a clubhouse according to the clubhouse model of psychiatric rehabilitation if we did not depend very heavily on our members' work, our members' intentions. And in that way, people get ready for the next wonderful opportunity, which is paid employment.
My story takes back to when I was taking care of my mom. By 2014, she lost her battle with memory loss, and I had already moved out of my apartment. I had took a medical leave from both of my jobs, so it took me a while to get myself together, and that's when I came about to find out about the Grand Avenue Club. Joe, he was able to help me master a resume to help me apply for different jobs in Milwaukee, and I was able to be successful in finding employment with Sodexo at Marquette University.
For many people who've been dealing with serious mental illness, they've been isolated. They have felt no one does need them and that there's nothing for them to do. So we greet new people with, look what has to be done around here. We need your help.
I depend on this place every day. I get up and I make sure I come here, it's like a job, you know. And it taught me a lot of different things. I learned how to open up to people, you know. But before, I never opened up to nobody. I kept everything to myself. You know, I made some real good friends here. That, you know, that maybe in my other life, I don't think we would have been friends. You know, because we know, to me, we come from different worlds over here. A lot of us do. You know, but I like it.
Basically, I wouldn't be alive without this place. And that sign out front, the Grand Avenue Club sign, when I walk past the bridge, I have to stare at the sign, literally. I know it's words, Grand Avenue Club and everything, but it has saved my life. This club has saved my life. It has changed my life.
It means everything to me. I have been here for nearly 30 years. I love Grand Avenue Club. I've also had the privilege of close relationship with members who are who they should be because of Grand Avenue Club. They have not been denied the things that other Americans, other Milwaukeeans take for granted.
Hello, my name is Claudine Jackson, and I have been a member of Grand Avenue Club for 13 years. Tonight, I want to remind you to give and give generously. Information on how to donate can be found at the bottom of the screen, and don't forget, check out our silent auction after tonight's program. Bidding opens at 7:30. I have done so many things since I joined the Grand Avenue Club 13 years ago. Most recently, I was active in helping to establish the upscale resale shop, Water Street Boutique. Before Grand Avenue Club, I was reclusive and never socialized. Then I found out about Grand Avenue Club from a member who lives in my building. I was resistant in joining at first, but when I discussed it with my psychiatrist, she thought it was a good idea. Grand Avenue Club turned out to be the best therapy for depression and anxiety. Now I have more steadiness in my lifestyle. I am more sociable. I have established a steady work ethic, and Grand Avenue Club has even made me more compassionate. For 30 years, Grand Avenue Club has gained respect and admiration of many Milwaukee's biggest organization and influential people, including our next guest.
Hello, and welcome to the Grand Avenue Club's grand event. My name is Peggy Williams-Smith, and I'm the president and CEO of Visit Milwaukee. 5 years ago, my 13-year-old niece came over for dinner one night and told me that she was no longer safe at home. My sister is bipolar, does not want to get help, and had spent the last couple of years diving further into opioid drug use, and made it very unsafe for my niece to live. She spent the better part of the last 4 years hiding and covering everything that was happening with both of her parents. My niece is 18 now. She's going to school, the Helen Bader School of Social Welfare, in the fall at UWM, and she is going to give back by becoming a social worker, but she really truly understands the effects that mental illness has on a family. She lost her father shortly after she moved in, also someone who suffered from mental illness as well as drug abuse, and he died of an overdose. So every day for the last 5 years, I have come to understand how it can destroy a family and how it can ruin the confidence of a little girl. I think having Grand Avenue Club is even more vital right now. As we've all seen with the pandemic, the effects of the pandemic have caused mental illness to skyrocket, and to have a place that can help someone to learn to live with that, and I think that it's more needed now than ever. I think it's imperative that everyone in the audience give to the Grand Avenue Club. They give people a reason to live. They give people an opportunity to work, to be a part of something. They can go on living.
Hi, I'm Glenn Zetterlund. I joined the Grand Avenue Club in 2010. I work as much as I can in the culinary unit. What I'm most proud of is the journey I've been on for the past 10 years. Before I joined the Grand Avenue Club, I was always watching cooking shows on PBS, and so I thought I would pursue this interest by joining the culinary unit. In culinary, I got to know another member who was enrolled at the MATC Culinary Arts program. He encouraged me to look into the program, and I enrolled in the program, earned an associate's degree, and graduated with honors. I have worked in 2 well-known restaurants. I'm very proud to say that I am employed as a prep cook at the Diplomat, a wonderful restaurant on Brady Street. I come to the Grand Avenue Club whenever I can. I come for the friendships, and it's also a place where I can get to experiment with new recipes. If I couldn't come to the Grand Avenue Club, I'd be sitting at home, alone. Grand Avenue Club adds a wonderful flavor to my life. It makes my life complete. I am not the only one who's benefited from the opportunities offered at the GAC. Employment has benefited many of us, including my good friend Paul, who you're about to meet.
Hi, I'm Matthew Post. I am the Director of Operations at Troubadour Bakery. I love the culture, I love the people, I love the diversity. I love the fact that we feed a lot of people every day. We were introduced to the Grand Avenue Club, I want to say about 8 years ago. We were looking for coworkers to, help our labor force get all this wonderful food and bakery out. And they came and they talked about their model, and it seemed to fit with what we were trying to accomplish. We've probably seen, I would say, 8 coworkers come. Some of them have stayed, some of them have rotated out. They're really great at understanding what our needs are and helping us find the right candidate, which I think is really important for our culture and also for that employee success. Paul is, I can't help but smile. Paul is a really wonderful force of good in our bakery. He does a lot of little things here that keep this place running.
I make boxes. I take out the trash 4 times a day, and then I clean mixers.
He's so easy to get along with. He's just a really, at his core, just a really, really kind person. And so that sort of attitude and mentality is catching, and everybody really enjoys, working with Paul.
How are you doing today? Good. How are you? We all work together really good. People are really nice to me. My supervisor is understanding of my situation, and he seems to work around that to make my work, my working here, more comfortable. I would probably be homeless, wandering the streets, not knowing what to do, because I probably wouldn't have anybody to, connect with.
We're really about culture first, and that means seeking to understand others and trying to support them and trying to help develop. And I think that people inherently see that as a safe place to work.
Collectivo understands people with mental illness, and they don't look at it as a barrier.
I think everybody has been touched. Everybody personally, I think, has had challenges with mental health. And to have a safe haven and a place that goes into the community and helps support you and seeks to understand you. So what Grand Avenue provides is that sort of partnership with somebody to say it's okay, to feel how you're feeling, and we're here to help. And if you need a part-time job to help you on your way, we're here to support that. I mean, it's very unique. It's a really special thing.
Hello, my name is Kay Klug, and I've been a member for 2 years. I'm a part of our business and retail management unit that runs our upscale resale shop, the Water Street Boutique. I came to GAC because my therapist wanted me to increase my contact with other people. She knew that I was totally isolated. Since I have been at GAC, I made some really good friends. Now I'm able to talk freely about myself with others, something I wasn't never able to do before. Work in my unit is more than just running the shop. In my unit, we actively help each other with advocacy needs, like finding quality housing. I'd now like to introduce you to my friend Shelby, who was at the center of finding safe and affordable housing for fellow members.
Our members have a variety of housing needs. Some members have never lived on their own, and they've been living with family their whole lives. Some are coming from group homes, some are coming from the shelter, and others just want a better place to live. We're really thankful to have Shelby in our life. Shelby spends a lot of time researching apartments, a lot of times on Craigslist, and then he'll also take our members to the rental properties themselves to feel, are they safe? Are they someplace that he'd want to live?
It was kind of rough coming up in the projects, the streets, of Chicago, At a very young age, I got involved in drugs. See, when I got out of prison, I did like close to 5 years, drug possession, selling drugs to the police. But I came here in '96, in the summer of '96. I got involved with the Grand Avenue Club, and it changed everything. I started working, I started thinking, believing, having good thoughts, meeting good people, nice people. Over the years, being a part of this club, it taught me a lot of things. It taught me how to be a man, a different person, a good person, how to help people and get help. That's why I enjoy giving back, because they did a whole lot for me that nobody else was able to do. My first apartment, Rachel helped me get this apartment, and she wrote me a letter. It was like a big room. I loved it. Bathroom outside the hallway. I didn't care. I wanted my own place, and I got it. I do housing work for the club because the club gave me all kind of opportunities and chances.
This is where I always came to get peace of mind and just get away from everyone and sit by myself. Last time I walked this walk, I had a backpack on my back with a few clothes in it. No keys in my pocket. And this is it. I spent a lot of time on this bench, slept on it. A lot of time here. I sat here many a day and cried. I wanted better. One day I'm gonna get some housing. One day I'm gonna get some help for my drug addiction. I'm just thankful. I'm thankful. I went over to the Grand Avenue Club. I had never heard of the Grand Avenue Club. It's been an absolute blessing that I was sent there, and I have all these wonderful people in my life to support me, help me. When I walked in that apartment for the first time, I had a box of clothes, one box of clothes, one bag of bed linen, and a clock radio. That's all I had to my name in those keys. I didn't even go to sleep the first night. I was up all night with that radio on, envisioning what I'm gonna do with the apartment, what throw rug I'm gonna get. I tell people I'm not wealthy. I'm not even close. But I am wealthy in relationships. I am.
It makes me feel like all of the work's worth it. Well, I've helped a couple of members move, and just to feel them being happy and feel like they're just like everyone else, it makes my life worthwhile.
everyone. My name is Kevin Ellis. I first joined the Grand Avenue Club in 2013. I do a variety of things wherever I'm needed. I give tours, I help with orientation with new members, and I'm also involved with a variety of projects. Actually, I realized afterwards that when I was homeless, I'd walk by the Grand Avenue Club many times. I had no idea what was inside. The Grand Avenue Club has provided me with coping skills that I can use when I'm going through a depressive episode, and I love my relationships here. If I could not come to the Grand Avenue Club, I assure you, I will live my life in 80% isolation. I will not be able to use my talents, my public speaking skills, and also my great sense of humor. There's a good chance that I will be homeless again. But here at the Grand Avenue Club, I've not only learned that I have talents, but I have established a long, supportive relationships with my family and friends. The only thing that I actually enjoy more than my relationships is watching other members thrive and prosper. To keep the Grand Avenue Club thriving, we need your help. Please make a donation. Help us reach our goals for this year's grand event.
We need your help.
Please donate today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.